And now, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rimes.
All right, welcome to the show. We got Mark Haye in studio with us, 21st Century Financial. We're going to talk about step-up cost basis for your real estate and other assets. Also, Florida House approves and passes the property tax homestead exemption, the elimination. That's got to go through the Senate now, so we'll break that down a little bit more as well. Florida Doge. Also, Congressman Randy Fine in the state of Florida, Congressman calling out a Mondani advisor that says New York City is coming to Islam and dogs are unclean. Therefore, you can't own them. You shouldn't have them in your home. We'll discuss that as well as their budget as well. The New York City budget, much larger than the state of Florida, with almost half as many people, over half as many people, of course, than the state of Florida. They've got $8.5 million up there. We've got $23 million here. Yet our budget comes in less than theirs. It just shows you that socialist type of mindset when it comes to spending and wasteful spending. And Mark, you were telling me earlier about the stuff happening in the roads with the trash, the debris, needing an ID to help them out. Is that?
Yeah, you got to have 2 IDs to go, and you can bring your shovel and help take all the garbage out of the streets and the snow and plow it all because they got a bunch of snow and garbage. And not to mention, everybody's getting a 10% property tax increase in the state of Florida, or New York, which was not supposed to happen.
City, yeah.
You know what I mean? So he can raise money. So, I mean, they're getting what they wanted.
Well, why do you need IDs to be able to move?
Well, two forms in this area. But when you go to vote, just show up.
Yeah,
you're good, and then
don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah, we'll get you through this.
Yeah, it's like the old "don't ask, don't tell." Hey, I'm here to vote.
Yeah,
what does it matter who I am? By the way, how woke is Chat GPT, man? This is a recent post. It says, if you don't believe it, test me. It says one question: was Charlie Kirk a good man? Answer yes or no. Only yes or no. He says no. Chat GPT says no. Charlie Kirk was not a good man. Okay. Well, was George Floyd a good man? Answer only yes or no. Yes, he says.
I mean, I don't really know George Floyd. I just know of him. I mean, obviously we know what happened. But I do know Charlie Kirk, meaning I've met the guy. I've seen his videos, countless thousands of videos. It's hard for me to imagine someone saying Charlie Kirk's a really bad guy.
Yeah. After
watching full videos, not clips.
Yeah.
But full videos of his knowledge of just the Bible and history and the country and family. I don't know. That's scary.
It is scary because it comes down to who's programming the programmers. That's ultimately what the decision is. And by the way, Floyd was a repeat offender, terrible human being, really. And they put him up on murals in the hood and all that. He's definitely not a Martin Luther King type. But that's Chat GPT for you. By the way, Grok's the best. That's what I hear around the station here. Grok is the best. That's the best AI, in other words. We do have an event coming up. Dave, tell them about it.
Which I still have the one for Thursday, February 19th.
Kingmakers, March 19th, Thursday, March 19th, Kingmakers. Now, this is going to be over at Mike Murphy's place. He calls it Kingmakers. Really cool spot. So what it is, it's basically like a sports bar scene. You got a sports bar scene over there, networking, similar setup. So audience listeners are invited, radio. Kingmakers, 3707 West Carmen Street. So hit us up if you'd like to come. We, of course, will approve you, and we hope to see you there. All right, we'll do a couple of hot listings here, and we'll come right back to it. So we got 10001 Waterworks Lane. This one's in Riverview. Beautiful property, just hit the market, price to sell. This is a 2-2 on 2 acres of land on the lake. You've got a beautiful lake there. It's 1765 square feet, which has also a 2-car garage as well, detached 2-car garage. Owner currently uses it as an office for their firm. Could easily be remodeled to the buyer's specifications as office or residential space. It's 10001 Waterworks Lane, Riverview, Florida. Great opportunity, commercial/residential. It seems like it could go whichever way you want to utilize it for. We also just did a major price improvement on that bar that we've had for sale. 5402 West US Highway 92, Plant City. We dropped it another $100,000 down to $700,000 now. $700,000 price to sell. This is the Finish Line Saloon, 1716 square feet. third of an acre lot, commercial zoning, coveted 4 COP license. That's your liquor license. Great opportunity right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. And you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And you can also see all of our radio and TV show expert contributors at consumerqb.com.
Only in America, dreaming in red, white, and blue.
All right, we got Mark in studio with us. He's our financial advising expert contributor. Step up cost basis for real estate. Mark, what say you, my friend?
Yeah, and it's not just real estate, but we're kind of focusing on real estate because it is a real estate show. I mean, stocks, bonds, you could use gold, silver, jewelry, it has up what's called a step-up cost basis. And the reason we're talking about it is because last time I was here, we talked about taking your tax returns, which should be higher than normal, because of all of Trump's tax breaks. And instead of just blowing it on vacations and purses, whatever, maybe we put it into something that's an income-producing asset, whether that's buy a car and put it on Turo or buy an investment property like a real estate property, taking advantage of the tax code, becoming a business owner, etc. But now that we've done all this, and every year we're buying a rental property and we established a nice portfolio of real estate, how do we leave this to the kids? Like, what's the best way?
Right.
Now, I'm just going to say Grandpa. Grandpa becomes ill. Grandpa needs assisted living. Grandpa needs nursing home care, develops Alzheimer's. And I see this so much, not just in my business and practice, but I just see it in real life world, because this is what people think, is Grandpa wants to gift this to us. He wants to gift this to us. He's going into this nursing home.
Yep.
And I'm just going to use simple numbers to make this really simple. Let's say Grandpa bought this house 30, 40 years ago for $100,000.
Yep.
And today it's worth $1.1 million, right? So it's $1 million of gains in there.
Yeah.
If he goes ahead and says, I'm going to gift this to my nephew, my cousin, my daughter, whatever, right? And you turn around and sell that, you're going to owe 20% of capital gains, right? Because he's alive, he gifted it to you, you eventually sold it, and you owe 20%. So $1 million at 20% is $200,000 that you would pay the government for this transaction, okay? Now, a step-up cost basis just means when somebody dies and leaves property, stock, jewelry, silver, gold, whatever, you get to step up to the value it is today. So using our example, he bought it for $100,000. It's now worth $1.1 million. And on his demise, because he had a will and a trust and a ladybird deed, he left it to his granddaughter, okay, in this example. Now the granddaughter says, okay, I got this property. I want to turn around and sell it for $1.1 million. I'm going to sell this. Because she gets up the step-up cost basis, she starts at $1.1 million, not at $100,000.
Right.
And so now she sells it for $1.1 million, the same cost, the same, you sold it for the same price. She owes $0 in capital gains now because she got what's called the step-up cost basis. Same thing works for a stock.
Is that similar to a death tax?
No. Death tax. This is capital gain. Now, wealthy people do this. I mean, people talked about Trump's dad doing this when he died, and Trump inherited, $2 million of whatever property it was in Manhattan or Bronx or whatever it was. He was doing apartments.
Yep.
They criticized Trump for that he got a head start because his dad left this, right? Well, his dad did it correctly because when he died, he left it to his son Donald Trump. Well,
Right.
Donald Trump inherits $2 million. His dad bought it for $100,000. Guess what Trump did? Paid nothing in capital gains, got the property, and then he started renting it out, fixing them up, and then his real estate empire went from there. He figured it out like, wait a second, holy moly, we can do this stuff.
Then you refinance it.
Refinance it. Then he goes and leverages it into another big property. But the point is, these numbers get bigger and bigger. As we go. We're just using a simple $1 million, but let's say it's worth $10 million at 20%. Now it's $2 million of capital gains that you would give the government, or zero. And so these people that say only the wealthy can do it, that's not true. Everybody can do this. It's not something you can't do. But that's why you have to have really good advisors, whether it's a financial advisor, estate planner, CPAs in your corner to help you. And I always hear people complaining that, I can go to TurboTax for $200, but this CPA costs $950.
Yeah.
Exactly. But there's so much that you could be doing as a business owner that extra $700 that you spent for the year of TurboTax might have cost you $200,000 in capital gains because no one told you, hey, don't take this property while he's alive.
Yep.
Wait till on his demise and stuff like that happens. And you see it in your real estate
We've
business.
seen it, yeah.
You know, it's the same thing in real estate. If you don't get a good, competent realtor, or you're going to sell by owner,
Yep.
you're going to cost yourself probably in the end anyways way more money than just paying the commission and doing it properly and getting
Yeah.
somebody in there that knows what they're doing.
Yeah, studies show that. The studies show that for sell-by owners, the average for sell-by owner sells, at about, I think it's about 18% less than they could have sold, with a real estate agent. So you take out the 3%, 6%, and you're still ahead. So if you just joined us, by the way, Mark Haye, excellent advice, step up cost basis for real estate and other assets. Get a review from Mark. Let him take a look at your finances and get a review. Get a review from from a CPA perspective, also from a financial advisor. Call the show. You can see our info at consumerqb.com. I want to get to two stories here as well quickly. Florida approves plan to eliminate homestead for property taxes. Again, this is for the primary residence where you live in it. Now, in the state of Florida, we also have to go through the Senate. Once the Senate approves, then it's going to move to a vote. It will hopefully be on the ballot in November, and this is going to require a 60% vote of the voters, approval of the voters on the 26th ballot, and then it would take effect in 2027. So I'm unclear which bill this was. There's two main front runners. One is a 10-year phase-out plan, and the other would be more immediate, and I think it has something to do tying it in with if you have homeowners insurance on the property or not. But again, this is excluding all of the other property types: commercial, Airbnbs, hotels, your vacant land, your industrial, your manufacturing, all of those other asset types. So it's only about 1/3 of all Florida properties, and we all saw what happened with COVID when everybody left those blue states coming to the free state of Florida. All property taxes skyrocketed, and these local municipalities have been taking advantage. So that's big news. Florida approves plan to eliminate homestead property taxes on primary residences. Big news, Mark.
Yeah, it's really big news. And I honestly don't think you should have property taxes or any taxes continuously on anything you own. It doesn't have to be real estate. I mean, it could be anything. I own that garden. Oh, you're taxed every year on this garden. I just don't think that should happen.
Well, California's about to do that, right?
Exactly. But I will say, we saw a humongous boom in the Tampa Bay area in real estate over the last 10 years. I mean, it's been unbelievable. And I do think with everything that's happening in New York City with this unbelievable mayor that they elected is doing a phenomenal job up there. But if we pass income tax.
Right.
And I'm just using New York because, again, they just elected a wonderful mayor. But let's say they're paying 13% in state tax. We pay 0%.
Yeah.
They're paying just as much in property taxes as we do. Their property taxes are very expensive. Ours is expensive, too. It's not cheap to live in Florida because Florida, again, is prosperous. But if you eliminate to 0% state income tax and 0% on your property taxes, why wouldn't you move to Florida? I think you're going to see a humongous real estate boom again over the next 5 years, and it could double very fast.
Yeah. Yeah, here's the stats, too, on that. So you look at New York City budget, $127 billion for 8.5 billion people. That's $10 billion more than Florida. And Florida has our state budget coming in at $117 billion for 23 million people, more than double the amount of people, almost triple the amount of people. So it just shows you in the state of Florida, we manage our state better. We have a much better government, and we have law and order. We're having these new impacts. And the next story I want to get to quickly before break is that Congressman Randy Fine in Florida, he's introduced a bill called Protecting Puppies from Sharia Act. And this all comes about because of a New York City Mondani advisor. What's truly disgusting is straight from his tweet here. It says, truly disgusting is a key Mondani advisor saying we must give up our dogs because NYC is coming to Islam. We will not be shamed into being conquered like the Europeans. I choose my dog. If you're man enough to debate me, I'll come on your show. He was saying that to Jake Tapper. But there's this gal named Nerdine Kiswani. Finally, New York City is coming to Islam. Dogs definitely have a place in society, just not as indoor pets. Like I've said along, they are unclean. So here they are wanting to force their ways, their Islam ways, onto us Americans, and we're not dealing with it. We're not having it, are we, Mark?
Well, I mean, I'm going to back up because I do think that is important to talk about. I'm going to back up to what you just said with the budgets.
Yeah.
Okay. we're looking at more than double population, and we're less of a budget. And I will remind everybody that Doge found $2 billion with a B in fraud just in the state of Florida.
That's right.
And Florida is the number one state as far as being ran. We have a surplus, no state income tax, taking property taxes off the table for homestead. I mean, really big things happening. And we still found $2 billion. Go see how much fraud is in New York.
Yes.
And I promise you, it's going to be probably quadruple what we are, if not more.
Exactly.
And then there's no reason to raise more taxes in the state of New York. There's no reason.
Right.
Get rid of the fraud. I think we talked last time. We don't have a revenue problem. We have a spending problem at government level.
That's
and
right.
Every family and business sticks to a budget, and they don't. And it's out of control. And we see it. And nobody's getting in trouble. Like this stuff that happened up in Minnesota, it's just gone. You say, what stuff? Exactly. It's just gone. And like
we need accountability.
Yeah, why are these people not coming in? And why are we not arresting people? Where are the billions of dollars that was fraud? And that kid, I forget the kid's name now.
Nick Shirley.
Nick Shirley. Now he's in California doing the same thing, finding UPS stores that are not UPS stores, and nothing's happening.
Or they're being used for like 30 different people from one P.O. box.
Yeah, nothing's happening. And it's so frustrating.
It really is. It's unbelievable. But shout out to Congressman Randy Fine for his protecting puppies from Sharia. By the way, there are 57 countries that are Sharia compliant. Says the United States will not be the 58th. That's what his bill's about. It's about protecting Americans' rights to own a dog, and would not allow a federal funding to be given to any state or local government that bans them as haram. So unbelievable that we're even having these conversations. Quick break, right back. We got Mike Murphy coming up next. Mark Haye in studio with us. 21st Century Financial on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Follow us online at Brandon Rimes 1 at CQB Show. And then subscribe to our YouTube Rumble channel. We got a video, just hit 1.2 million views on it, by the way. So check out our IG. Follow us online. We're putting out a lot of great content, a lot of shorts. And go to consumerqb.com. You can see links there to all of our expert contributors. Call the show. We'd love to help you. Quick break.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rimes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Did you know that we buy houses cash? We can close quickly for land. We'll buy your property cash. No cleaning, no showings, and no hassles. You can even possibly stay in your home post-closing. Call Brandon at 813-917-1894. Submit the email at consumerqb.com or call 813-917-1894. consumerqb.com. We buy houses cash and fast. Attention business owners, did you know we have 100% financing options available? Our no money down program offers 100% financing for business owners. If you are currently leasing your commercial space, you can purchase real estate for no money down. Additionally, the program offers money for working capital, equipment, and business fixtures. You can even pay off current business debt. Reach out at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. brimes at kw.com. And that is our 100% financing, no money down program for business owners. We would love to help you buying, selling, or investing in real estate. 813-917-1894. brimes at kw.com. Ours Creole Smokehouse, the official Pinellas County restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Say hello to Doug Clark, chef and owner Doug Clark, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ourscreole.com. Ours Creole Smokehouse, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ourscreole.com. Excellent food, wonderful ambiance. Say hello to our friend Doug Clark. If you're facing an insurance claim, don't just trust the insurance company to have your best interests at heart. This is Brandon Rimes, Consumer Quarterback Show. Reach out to rightwaypa.com. Our friend Derek Coble at rightwaypa.com.
Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rimes, owners of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams. Buying, selling, investing in real estate, their nationwide Keller Williams network makes them the best team to work with. Sellers, have your property featured live on air, creating multiple offers. Buyers, leverage a unique system that gets your offer accepted, never overlooked. Call or text 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550, or consumerqb.com.
You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rimes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Consumer Quarterback Show. A couple of hot listings, then we'll jump right back into our financial update from Mark Haye, 21st Century Financial. Also have the latest real estate stats coming up here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We got a listing here at 12948 Twin Bridges Drive. We got a motivated seller. Just did a price improvement here as well. This one's in Riverview, Florida. A large home here. This is a 443, 3235 square feet, quarter-acre lot. And you've got a two-story property here, a single-family home, open concept living room, tray ceiling, oversized sliders that open to a large screen lanai. The kitchen features a large island, plenty of cabinetry and storage space, counter space as well, closet. You also have stainless steel appliances, pendant lighting. Triple Creek has 3 community pools, splash pad, 2 clubhouses, and 2 fitness centers, playgrounds, tennis and basketball courts, dog park, and a walking trail. Now, all that with very low HOA fees and no flood insurance required. Check out 12948 Twin Bridges Drive. This one's in Riverview, Florida. Great opportunity to buy real estate right here in beautiful Tampa Bay, and you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. You can search the MLS expert contributors and link over to our YouTube channel at consumerqb.com. Oh, here's another one, Mark. Australia just had I just heard this from Jordan Peterson. Credit cards that can track you.
There's credit cards, they were issued in Australia, that track your carbon footprint. At the moment, you're still allowed to spend on whatever you want at the moment. And once you're fully trackable, well, then we know what'll happen.
You know what happens then once you're trackable. So credit cards that can track. But aren't they doing that here? I mean, they're pretty much doing all that already, aren't they?
You pay Apple Pay, I guess you could see, on your phone, everything's tracked. I don't know how you get away with it. That's why they want digital currency.
Yeah.
You could track everything. Where cash, it's hard to see what you're buying, where it's going. That's why they want to get rid of all cash.
Right? Yeah, and I've heard about it in the lending space too, where somebody that goes to all of a sudden they start going to bars or strip clubs or buying a bunch of alcohol, maybe gambling in Vegas. They may deny that person a loan. They're like, hey, this guy's on a downward spiral.
Right.
I
I think it's already existed. I think
right.
Just talking to your family, and then all of a sudden Alexa's going to just tell you something you were just talking about. Like, what? I just think that everything's being tracked.
Yeah, you're talking about a camping trip. Oh, here's a new camping
yeah, exactly. Look at this RV for sale.
Yeah, exactly.
Same thing happens, But I know we're coming to an end, but I just wanted to give a shout out to our Olympians.
Yeah.
It was a phenomenal Winter Olympics. I'm looking forward to, I think LA's hosting summer in 2 years.
Yeah.
But shout out to all the athletes. I love the Olympics. Man, I was glued to it watching it. That hockey game, when we took the gold against Canada in overtime, was unbelievable. Congratulations to the girl hockey team that did the same thing, won the gold. I mean, I thought we represented our country very, very well. And I loved the kid. I forget his name now, but they got his teeth knocked out.
Yeah.
And then scored the game-winning goal in overtime and draped the American flag over him. He looked like Rocky Balboa,
he did, man.
All beat up.
Yeah.
But I had such a great time watching it. I hate to see it end, but congratulations to all of them.
Yeah, that's masculinity. That's what's great about it. You're celebrating masculinity. They were able to skate harder, faster, shoot the goals on target. Had the endurance. They won.
Canada's a very good team. I was very, very impressed with them. They were very, very good, and we were lucky to get out of that game. But we played very well. Our goalie was unbelievable.
Yeah.
But you look at these hockey players. Just use it because we're talking about it. I mean, these guys are tough guys.
Yep.
And the Olympians, people don't realize they're not getting paid to
Right.
do this. And then you go watch the NBA. I'll just use the NBA because they're playing right now. The NFL's done. They stub a finger, they're out. A month, getting paid millions of dollars.
Flop.
Complaining about it's crazy.
It is.
And this guy's getting his teeth knocked out, staying in, scoring a game-winning goal. Anybody else would have been out.
Yeah, exactly.
So congratulations. I thought they did a phenomenal job, and I can't wait 4 more years till Winter Olympics. But congratulations.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Check Mark out at markhaye.com. Markhaye.com. 21st Century Financial. Coming up, Mike Murphy Auto Group. We're going to talk with him about the latest things happening in the auto industry. And also, the question was posed, are aliens real? Find out what President Trump said. Quick break, right back. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rimes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
And we're back. Brandon Rimes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We've got Mike Murphy back in studio with us, owner of Murphy Auto Group, Miracle Toyota, and Genesis of Tampa Bay. We're going to talk with him about the auto industry, also what's happening in Mexico, Gray Bull Rescue. He's real close with Gray Bull and Brian Stern and those guys over there. So we'll talk about that as well. Before we do, a couple of hot listings here, then we'll jump right into it. We always like to feature our real estate properties live on air. We got a couple of nice ones here. This one's 2488 Del Rio Way in Dunedin, Florida. Beautiful single-family home right here in the heart of Pinellas County. This is a 321. You've got 1,407 square feet, quarter-acre lot. This home has been completely remodeled inside and out. Gorgeous property, even down to the windows. You got impact-rated windows here. Lighter color theme on the remodel. Gorgeous property here. 2488 Del Rio Way in Dunedin, Florida. Bathrooms completely updated. You got a fenced-in backyard. A great opportunity to buy real estate close to the Dunedin Causeway, Pinellas Trail, Honeymoon Island, Dunedin Golf Club as well. 2488 Del Rio Way, Dunedin, Florida. We're having multiple open houses there as well. Beautiful property right here in Tampa Bay. We've got another listing over at 14135 Cypress Circle. Cypress Circle. This one's in Carrollwood. We've got a beautiful cypress clusters at Carrollwood Village. This is a 222. You've got 1,308 square feet. And a gourmet kitchen that boasts abundance of stylish white shaker cabinetry, stainless steel appliances, elegant tray ceiling. You have a breakfast bar, a spacious living room as well, and a living room that flows effortlessly into the dining room and den. Great opportunity to buy real estate. 14135 Cypress Circle in Tampa. Beautiful community pool as well. Great opportunity. You can see all of our listings at Platinum MVP Team. .kw.com, and you can see all of our radio and TV show expert contributors and link over to our YouTube channel at consumerqb.com. All right, we got Mike Murphy back in studio, our auto industry expert contributor. How you doing today, my friend?
I'm great. It's a great day. Happy March.
Yeah, man.
It's a great time of year, right? You got the Rays back, spring football, NBA, hockey, Olympics just ended. What a time to be alive.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see that story, man. The Olympics just, 46 years, right, since the amateurs back in the 80 team. I just watched that documentary, too. And now you got, of course, the NHLers winning the Olympic gold, bringing it home to America.
Yeah, what a cool culture they've developed at USA Hockey.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking a lot about business, and I think the similarities between business and sports is, very, very close because it's all about culture. And you see how close Team USA is, watching them bring those kids out on the ice, celebrating their fallen. Couldn't be more proud of our team.
Yeah, it was really awesome to see the Kash Patel in the locker room. What a cool scene that was. Had the president on the speakerphone there. What an interesting scenario that was. Pretty cool play out.
Yeah, what's the best part is getting to see the president being authentic, just himself, talking a little trash. I love the part where he goes, "Yeah, that goalie, you could stick around."
Yeah.
I mean, what a performance. I've never seen anything like that. That game could have been a lot different with an average goalie. It could have been 4-1 Canada, but it wasn't because I think the best performance a goalie's ever put on, amateur, NHL, or Olympics, we just got to see.
Yeah, it was really cool, man. That was fun to see. A lot happening in Mexico right now. Here you can get a pretty good round-trip vacation airfare down there to Mexico.
Yeah, if you could get one of those all-inclusive vacations for 2 years from now, it's probably a pretty good deal.
Yeah, there you go.
I wouldn't want to be there right now. Have you
got
seen
a Groupon
the videos?
going on. Yeah, a little Groupon special. But yeah, right. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, you had literally gang cartel gang violence in the streets, cars parked sideways, blocking the roads, setting the gas stations on fire. I mean, that's a true narco state, right?
It is, and it's funny, right? They burned, last I saw, a couple dozen banks, but over 100 gas stations. What did 7-Eleven do to you?
Yeah.
Usually you get the drugs, get the munchies, go to the gas. I feel like it's just counterproductive. But, it's really a shame. What I understood, too, is a capture mission that went wrong, right? They were supposed to capture El Mencho, and he took a couple rounds to the stomach, bled out on an airlift.
Yeah.
Do they respawn the same way if he's still alive but captured? Probably not, right? Because, El Chapo got out of jail half a dozen times. So when you can, take him alive, I guess, is a lesson to be learned here.
Yeah, that's interesting to see, man. And then you got Gray Bull Rescue added again, rescuing Americans. Have you heard what's happening there?
Teams downrange. All the operators are in theater. We've done a good job reacting to contact pretty quick, as Brian likes to say, in the need of speed. Speed and need maybe makes more sense.
Yeah.
But they were down there about 36 hours after it started. The amount of Americans in different areas is a little bit difficult because Mexico is a very big country. Yeah. So where they are specifically should probably not be mentioned. But they're moving around. So if you've got family members in Mexico and their passports like ours, they're American citizen, Brian and his team will go get you. If you need to be rescued, graybullrescue.org. If you'd like to donate, graybullrescue.org. And for March, every vehicle sold, we'll be making our donation. It is Military Appreciation Month. And not only celebrating Brian's military service, but celebrating what Brian's doing after his military service. All the money will be going to Gray Bull Rescue.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Thanks for doing that. That's great. We're talking with Mike Murphy here, Murphy Auto Group, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team. So Genesis of Tampa Bay, off to the races already, winning awards. Or you were in the top 5 in the Southeast? Something like that?
We sure were. The new rankings as of February put us in the top 20 in the United States.
Nice.
It's fantastic. We're selling a lot of vehicles. We're doing it the right way. We're kind of giving them away right now. So if you're looking for a ridiculously good deal, we're trying to make sure all of Tampa Bay knows where we are. You have a Genesis dealer, not a Hyundai Genesis dealer, a Genesis-only dealer here in Hillsborough County, serving the entire county. There's no need to go anywhere else. We're going to meet and exceed your expectations every chance we get. Home of a 10-year, quarter-million-mile warranty. And here's what I love. I don't know how Imran pulled this off, but we have multiple vehicles, brand new GV70s that qualify for $299 down, $299 a month. I believe that's a 2-year lease.
Wow. Yeah, there's some awesome deals right now. Now, what's relating to the latest tariff roller coaster here, up, down, we're back to tariffs, and then he enacted some other tools in his toolkit, so to speak, to have that tariff. How's that going to affect things? Too early to know right now?
A little bit too early to know. I think one of the big things you're seeing is that whatever's going to happen will be a 1-to-1. So every tariff that got removed, he'll figure out a new way to get it back out there. But I do think that there may be more level playing field. So with Hyundai Genesis being a South Korean product, it's very, very important that they have the same type of tariffs that Japan has so that we can stay competitive here in the United States. Shout out to Hyundai Genesis. What they've done with tariffs is absorb most of it. Very little of it has been passed on, if any, to the consumer right now.
Nice. So
their margins are being shrunk, but they understand that we're selling quality luxury vehicles in the United States, and we have to be, significantly lower price than Mercedes, BMW if we want to gain the market share we want to gain by when we want to gain it.
Yeah. Now, Mike, your upbringing, you had a father that was heavily invested in your life, and he left a legacy, and and there was just a Harvard study that came out talking about chores. And I grew up doing a lot of chores. I imagine you did your fair share of chores and being involved with the family business and things of that nature. But this is a 75-year study. I want to play this clip and get your reaction
Love
here,
it.
Mike Murphy.
Harvard did a 75-year study on the connection between chores and success later in life. And the study concluded that children who do chores from a young age are more successful later in life and happier. But the most surprising connection of all was the connection between chores and self-esteem, as in the children tasked with doing chores presented as more confident adults.
Yeah, more confident, more happy, more successful. And I think back to my childhood, I learned the lesson kind of tough. It was a hard job growing up working with my dad. We cleaned out foreclosure homes.
Yeah.
So we were out there in the sun cleaning out, dirty properties that were, left in disarray, to put it nicely. But, that experience that you get as a kid, man, it really translates into hard work ethic, drive, and then also critical thinking, right?
I do. And here's the other thing I think it does. It creates momentum, right?
Yeah.
When you get used to having a task and completing it, it gives you the confidence and also the momentum to go complete another task.
Right.
I don't know about you, but I like to start with the hardest thing every day.
Yeah.
Right? Because once you get that done, everything seems a little bit easier. And I think that came from my childhood. I hated taking out the trash.
Yeah.
Right? It smelled bad. It was a long walk. It was hot. Never had shoes on. It's Florida. Black asphalt burns your feet. But getting through that reminded you to embrace the suck.
Yeah.
Deferred gratification, I think, is the part that's missing from today's generation.
Yeah.
Like, you want $1 now or $100 later.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And I look at it even today with, sales calls. A lot of times, first thing in the morning, knock out your sales calls, expired, canceled listings, or maybe realtors are calling for sale by owners. And then you get that momentum, like you said, and you feel good. You feel, wow, I already accomplished stuff. It's kind of hard to stop in a sense sometimes when you get a little momentum. You just got a good listing appointment, then you get that momentum going. It's like, wow, it just kind of builds, right? It just snowballs.
Albert Einstein defined it as the eighth wonder of the world was momentum.
Yeah.
And, that's a pretty smart guy. So if he says it's that important, I think we should all figure out how to manufacture it and then maintain it. It's like a sports team, right? When you're in a losing streak, how do you get the bat swarm again? How do you start to hit in the zone again? Well, it starts with one pitch, one at bat, one opportunity. Not to go all Eminem on you, but it's everything, right?
You only get one shot. That's right.
Mom spaghetti.
So aliens are real. Here's a clip too. This was a question that Peter Ducey asked President Trump.
That aliens are real. Have you seen any evidence of non-human visitors to Earth?
Well, he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that.
So aliens are real?
Well, I don't know if they're real or not. I can tell you he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing
Okay, so Trump jumped on Obama there. No, he gave classified information. He shouldn't be doing that. He didn't answer the question, are aliens real? But gosh, we've seen so many UFO. You see these videos. You see these ships or these, spaceships, whatever they are, going like really crazy, like defying the metaphysics, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So first off, are aliens real? I mean, if aliens are not real, where did the idea of aliens come from?
Where did the idea of aliens come from? Okay.
And Rene Descartes proved the existence of God without faith, because where did the idea of God come from if he doesn't exist? So where did the idea of aliens come from if they don't exist? Now, with that said, most aliens are probably in D.C., somewhere around Congress.
Yeah.
That's the weirdest people I've ever seen, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They are different. They got little pell pins and everything. But if you were an alien, you were to visit Earth, a couple things. One, I probably wouldn't go by land. I'd go by sea. You have 72% of the world's ocean. If I'm going to go, I'll probably land underwater. If you can travel in space, you can travel underwater.
Right.
And 5% of our ocean's been explored. So, yeah, I think if the aliens are real, they're probably underwater.
Yeah, hey, I just saw a video somewhere, some claim of that. They were coming out of waters, yeah. That's interesting when you think about that. And by the way, it reminds me of an old story. One of my first shows back, I think it was 2013, I interviewed a company. It was something about Odyssey, something there. I think they're a local company, and they may have gone out of business, but they were exploring the ocean floor, and they found, I think it was like around $500 million, $500 million of gold and treasure off the coast of Spain. And, so think about the capital. I mean, that's true capitalism, right? You're out there, you're in the middle of nowhere, you're sending resources and all this money, spending time down to the bottom of the ocean. They found that money, that treasure, and then, ultimately what ended up happening is that Eric Holder at the time was Obama's Attorney General, ordered that they give it back to Spain. They made them give it back. That's total anti-capitalist right there.
Yeah, so if you're a treasure hunter, wait for a Republican in office and then claim your treasure.
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
You got to time your shot.
Good point. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly. I couldn't believe that. They made them give it back. I was like, wow, man, you talk about a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah, I feel like Finders Keepers has been around for a while.
Yeah, I think so,
how
man.
How dare Eric change that?
I learned that one kind of early on. Finders, keepers, losers, weepers. All right, let's do a quick real estate update, because I know you're heavily into real estate too. You still have your lot for sale there in South Tampa?
Yeah, 17 West Spanish Main Street, ocean access, beautiful area. It's definitely for sale. Check it out.
Is that Beach Park?
It is Beach Park, correct.
One of the richest zip codes in all of Tampa Bay, right?
Absolutely, it is. Yeah, some of the richest houses being sold are right there on that same street.
Yeah, super awesome area. All right, so I've got Hillsborough County, single family. These are condos, townhome villas. So year over year change. So let's just look at new listings. New listings have relatively stayed about the same. There's 555 in January of 26. Active listings, there's 1,662. Pending at 386. What is the pending ratio? That's about 18% of the inventory is actually under contract. That's down 0.4%. How many have closed? 214 in January as compared to 246 in January of 2025. And then months supply is up, 7.8 months supply of inventory in January 2026 as compared to 6.9 in 2025. So that's up 13%. So, condos are still kind of a tough challenge there. Condos, anything that's attached, your townhomes, your villas. Mm-hmm. What's the median sales price? $272,000 is your median sales price for your condos, townhome villas in Hillsborough County. And then what is the median days on market? That's 81 days on market. And what percentage of list price are owners getting, are sellers getting in January of 2026? They're getting about 15% discounted off of the list price. So it's down 5.3%. So they're taking a little bit of a haircut there. They're giving concessions. They're giving closing cost allowances, things of that nature. So let's take a quick break. We'll come back, talk more with Mike Murphy. He's the owner of Murphy Auto Group, Miracle Toyota, Genesis of Tampa Bay, and others. So Consumer Quarterback Show. Follow us online at Brandon Rimes1 at CQB Show. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel at consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. Please make sure to send him all of your real estate deals and subscribe to the Consumer Quarterback Show podcast on iTunes and Spotify, or check out our YouTube channel. Have a blessed day.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Tired of long lines at the airport? Check out Tampa Bay's premier private jet source. I'm Brandon Rimes for Will Smith Aviation. Aircraft management, acquisition, and sales, luxury jet escapes, and packages. Check them out online. WillSmithAviation.com. That's WillSmithAviation.com. Or call the show. I'll put you right in touch directly with Captain Will Smith. AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com for all of your non-woke American-made products. American values, Christian, conservative American values. Say hello to my business partner, Jim McCune at AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Say hello to Shane Socash, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, 4009 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg, online at David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com for all of your precious metals and jewelry design. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Hey, Brandon Rimes here for Jason Coble, owner of Coble Law. Coble Law has been handling injury cases in Tampa for the past 14 years and has a specialized approach focused on limiting client cost and maximizing client profit. TampaWorkCompLaw.com, TampaWorkCompLaw.com. Jason Coble, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, personal injury law, and work comp law. Hey, Brandon Rimes here for our friends at TargetSurveying.net for all of your surveying needs. Land surveying firm providing services for real estate since 1992, and they are statewide. Check them out online, TargetSurveying.net. That's TargetSurveying.net. Selling commercial, vacant land, or residential properties? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rimes. You can reach me at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. That's consumerqb, like quarterback.com. Buying, selling, investing, or refinancing? We would love to talk to you. Thank you so much and have a blessed day.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Consumer Quarterback Show. Tax refunds seem to be coming in higher than expected. We're going to get that firsthand experience here from Mike Murphy, what he's seeing with activity there at Genesis of Tampa Bay and Miracle Toyota as well. Consumer Quarterback Show powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We got a marina for sale at 7154 Shoreline Boulevard. This is a $3 million property listing, commercial property. You've got the land, you've got the business for sale, Of course, you have the office space there as well, retail store, 7154 Shoreline Boulevard in Weeki Wachee. This is over a $3 million asking price. Owners motivated, looking for offers here. 3/4 acre lot, well-established waterfront business with irreplaceable real estate on the Weeki Wachee River. Of course, access to the Gulf. You got multiple income streams, kayak rentals, boat rentals, paddle boards. You have a ice machine, one of those commercial ice machines. They kick off a lot of cash there, actually. You also have a standing team in place for your service and repair operations. It's a Suzuki servicer, motor repair business. Great opportunity to buy real estate right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. Commercial property. Yes, we sell vacant land. We sell commercial. We sell residential. And this one is the Weeki Wachee Marina for sale, home of the mermaids up there in Weeki Wachee. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com, and you can see our radio and TV show expert contributors and link over to our YouTube channel at consumerqb.com. All right, yeah, so thanks to the big, beautiful bill, a lot of tax refunds seem to be coming in higher. People are getting more monies from a lot of different provisions in that bill, no tax on tips, overtime, Social Security, things of that nature. What are you seeing over at Murphy Auto Group?
Well, it's been amazing. And nothing short of impressive, right? Like, I don't really believe politicians. What's the old joke? How do you know if a politician's lying, their mouth's moving? How do you know if they're telling the truth, they're calling another one a liar? But let's talk facts. The facts are, historically, we see a tax refunds being used as down payments, and it's usually about $500. We're already seeing the average tax refund down payment over $1,000.
Nice.
So it's almost doubled. And what's cool is only at Genesis of Tampa, new or used vehicles with great used vehicles, we're doubling all of your tax refunds if you used as a down payment up to $2,500. So you're getting more from the government, and if you take it to Genesis of Tampa, you get even more.
You're doubling the tax refund?
That's correct. Yeah, we're doubling tax refunds if used as a down payment up to $2,500. So
Nice.
it gets to the point now where if you're bringing in $2,500, you're getting an additional $2,500 of assistance. It's not a good deal for the dealership, but it's a great deal for the customers.
Yeah, man. It sounds like you're going to be moving a bunch of vehicles here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just truly, it's a net loser for us, but we're doing the right thing by our customers.
Yeah, man. There's so many positive things, so much positive momentum around not only the national economy, but the Florida economy. The Florida House just approved the plan to eliminate homesteaded property taxes. So now that's moving over to the Senate. Just imagine, where we'll be at if in November that's on the ballot, and then we have to have 60% of the vote to get it through. I mean, that's going to be a major shot in the arm for Florida tourism and, of course, the real estate industry.
I agree, and it should be a purple bill, red and blue, because it's good for new homeowners. It helps stimulate the economy. More homes will be sold. But how about total cost of ownership?
Yeah.
Your real estate bill is a massive expense.
Yes,
and it
is.
now becomes more affordable for the average Floridian to own a home.
Yeah, especially seniors. I feel bad for the seniors. They lived in 30 years. They lived in this house. Maybe the husband passed away, and then now it's on the wife to, maybe take some Social Security that he may have left behind. But essentially what happens is they end up, even though we have the homestead exemption and the Save Our Homes cap, what happens is they're still stuck in that home in a sense, because now, they're nervous to move to that 1-bedroom condo or that 2-2 condo because of the cost of the step up. They may have to step up and pay more taxes, and then that'll throw off the ratios. And it's also prohibitive for those first-time buyers, those veterans, because they would be a perfect, that new growing family to move into that home of the older seniors that may be looking to get out of that home. Your thoughts?
Well, the other thing, how about retirees from other states?
Yeah.
How much more attractive do we just become as a state?
Exactly.
Which is awfully exciting. Within 12 months of somebody buying a home, they buy a car.
Okay. That's an interesting
we chase
stat.
new home buys all the time.
There you go. I love that. Yeah, that's a good 1-2 punch right there. Get that 2-car garage, maybe a 3-car garage. You got more room for the toys in there.
Yeah, now if they just buy some season tickets for our local sports teams, we've truly stimulated the economy 360.
There you go. Yeah, hey, I love it. I love it. What's new on the Rays side?
Well, I'm just excited. I'm a super fan. Really, really looking forward to this season. If pitching stays healthy, it's a super competitive team. And I'm so happy to be back in the Trop. Baseball is back in St. Pete for multiple years to come. Tropicana Field's going to be beautiful. Opening day is April 6th, so I cannot wait. It's going to be great.
Yeah, that's going to be cool. Are they going to be in this Trop for a long, long time?
Oh, absolutely. They're under contract for 26, 27, and 28. The earliest they'd be leaving St. Pete would be 2029, and that's a long time from now.
Okay, good. Yep, sounds good, man. How do you want people to connect with you, Mike?
Well, really, really the best way to connect with me personally is at Real Mike Murphy on all social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all of those. If you want to learn more about Genesis Tampa, and you should, GenesisofTampa.com, GenesisofTampa.com. It's an amazing. Think about it. $300 down, $300 a month. Where can you buy a luxury anything for that amount of money? And then don't forget Military Appreciation Month. Love on our veterans, not only the actives, but people like Brian Stern and Grable Rescue, that even though they're done serving our nation, they're still serving our nation.
Yeah, that's right. I love it. All right, good stuff. Thanks for coming in, Mike. Appreciate it. All right, hey, another great show. We want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. And we'll see you next time. Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rimes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at ConsumerQB.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show.